Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. And in today's video, I'm just gonna I wouldn't call this a full-on rant video. I would call this a complaint video. And yes, I know some of y'all think I complain way too much, but at the end of the day, I've actually been pretty positive the last couple weeks about my team. I think they've done some decent things. I think I'm not like hating the mode in totality, but I'd be lying if I said I've loved the way that they've done things for the past few days. This week has not been a very successful week, in my opinion, for a variety of reasons, and I'm just exasperated. So I kind of want to get on here and I want to talk about it. I want to express my thoughts a little bit, and I'm probably going to make a video either tomorrow or Tuesday breaking down the things that I really want changed for Season 2. And that probably will be, I'll probably do a more gameplay specific. That'll be a mostly gameplay specific video, to be completely honest. But in this video, I want to talk more about content than I do about gameplay. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So first things first, let's just recap this last week in my team. So last Sunday we get a Amethyst Gems of the Game option pack. Wasn't awful, wasn't great, but it was a triple threat work. It wasn't the worst. Monday they announce a triple threat park event for this week with lettering and text that basically portrays for us as if we are going to be getting a diamond hidden gem, with the emoji they used on the tweet and all that type of stuff made it look like we were going to get a diamond hidden gem. Of course, turned out that was not the case, and they were basically trolling us with that one. So the best reward in it was an 87 plus hidden gem and a barbecue of buckets unsellable 10-pack box, which unless you get super lucky is not all that great. So not the best, right? Not amazing, but not an incredible start to the week. Then on Tuesday, we get more packs, as we do every Tuesday, and the Tuesday packs, as per normal, were absolutely awful odds, 1.6% odds for a 92 plus, and a pink diamond, who is probably the worst pink diamond in the game, in Artist Gilmore. And then, yes, the diamonds are pretty good, some solid cards in here, Willis Reed, Jack Marin, Paul Westphal, Sidney Wicks, all good cards. So it wasn't the worst drop of all time, but it was definitely a drop in which these top tier cards, the cards people really want, are pretty unattainable right now from this drop. And so I did pay like 300 plus K for Willis Reed, but it just, there aren't a ton of these guys on the auction house right now. So that was another kind of annoyance for me. Wednesday was no real content. Thursday was leaks. Friday was another day of mediocre content, pack only content, and I would say this Friday drop was worse than most. The reason that I say that is because the diamonds, I mean, Julius Randle, Tyrese Maxey are very good. Michael Porter Jr. is pretty good. Domantas Sabonis and Trae Young are not very good. Albert King is a good budget card. But this drop was definitely headlined by the two pink diamonds, both of whom are pretty hard to attain unless you're spending a good amount of money. And I'm not going to lie, I've been spending a pretty good amount of money. So I'm somebody who is able to attain Devin Booker for my squad, who I wanted to pick up. But I didn't love the way this drop looked. Like, I don't hate Maxey. In fact, I actually like Maxey. I think Maxey and Randall are both very solid cards. But as a whole, I think overall, that was kind of a disappointing drop. There was okay-ish content, but not great. And then they put a Showdown event out with it, right? Which is good. We've gotten a D-Rose event the 2 weeks ago that was nice. It was a fun, pretty easy grind for a free hidden gem. Last week's October event was even easier in terms of a grind for a hidden gem. And then this week we get an RNG-based event in Showdown, which, by the way, I know Showdown's my favorite mode. Like, that's the mode I play. But a lot of y'all don't enjoy Showdown specifically. So a lot of y'all, this is like a mode that's not even for you because you don't play Showdown. So I get that. And then it's an RNG-based event where, and yes, I mean, honestly, hidden gems in general are kind of RNG based, right? Like, I know there are people out there who have gotten really unlucky and have gotten Nate Robinson and Spud Webb and non-shooting centers out of their diamond hidden gems. And then you got somebody who's gotten Lonzo Ball and freaking an elite power forward and like 4 or 5 really good ones. I mean, even me, I got Bruce Bowen, Alex English, Jack Marin back when he was a hidden gem, Jamal Crawford, who I used for a while. Like, I've gotten pretty lucky with my hidden gems, all things considered. And so for me, it wound up being a really nice event, right? It took a long time to grind still. It's still RNG, which is stupid, and there's no real guarantee on how many games you have to play to get these pieces. So it wound up taking me literally 7.5 hours, but I got a good card out of it, right? And look, I don't despise the hidden gem concept. I really don't. I actually kind of like the fact that it makes people's teams different. I do. But I don't like the RNG factor, or RNG-ness, I guess, of not only the hidden gems themselves, but the way that this event was this weekend, especially, and how long it has taken a lot of people. I mean, there should not be people out there playing 23, 24, 25 games and getting one piece. You know what I mean? Like, it's just unrealistic, and it's not very logical, I don't personally think. And so for me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the way this event was done this weekend. And I mean, at the end of the day, I also think there should be like a hidden gem exchange where you can exchange 2 hidden gem diamonds for a different one. You know what I mean? Or exchange 3 of them for an option pack. Something like that. Not a full option pack, maybe, but an option pack with 10 choices. You know what I mean? There should be a way to actually guarantee yourself a good hidden gem eventually, because if you're one of those people out there who's done 3 hidden gem exchanges and you got Nate Robinson, Spud Webb, and a non-shooting 72 speed center, like, that's tough. You know what I mean? I know there are people out there who have... As I was saying before my dog so rudely pulled my microphone cable out, there are people out there who have not gotten any really good hidden gems, you know what I mean? And so I think there should be different things in this game that enable people to get good cards, you know what I mean? And I think the events themselves don't need to be RNG based. I'm not a big fan of the RNG. I don't need it. We got RNG and shooting online. Like, we don't really need RNG in every single mode and every single out there, and you've gotten good hidden gem luck. You could be a No Money Spent player, and if you've been playing the game a lot this season and have gotten some good hidden gems, all of a sudden your team might be looking really, really good. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say that this has been the worst season ever of my team. I actually think the last few weeks have been a bit of an improvement. I just want to see continued improvement, and that's not something that I feel like we've seen this weekend. I feel like we've seen a slight regression really throughout this week in the quality of the rewards and the quality of the grinds themselves, and just I'm a bit exasperated. You know what I mean? I'm just a bit exasperated. I think it definitely could be better. I think it could be a lot better, and I would like to see it be better, because this has been a disappointing week. And you know, Season 2, my biggest thing, honestly, I mean, we don't need events that are a door game. I promise you that. We need a door game after every Showdown win. The whole season. Like, we don't need this for an event. We need this the whole season. Oh, one other thing. They made this door game event only last until 10 a.m. on Sunday. 10 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. Like, that's also gross. They really gave us a door game event, and it was only 2 days? Like, seriously. Let's do better, 2K, please. Better mode awards. Some grindable cards that are actually guaranteed, not just 10 boxes that are unsellable and you're hoping to get lucky. And no RNG hidden gem diamond rewards. Like, let's make it to where, okay, you got 5 Showdown wins, you're guaranteed a piece. You know what I mean? Because the way this thing worked is once you completed the Shattered Prize, you could still get more prize pieces, but you couldn't get the diamond. So for me, I'd be like, okay, if you get lucky with RNG, you could get it in less, but for every 5 games of Showdown you win, you're guaranteed a Shattered Prize piece. They could put a challenge in there for that. So you get the prize pieces, and if you get lucky and get some in the vault as well, it can take you less games. But even if you get super unlucky and get none, 15 wins in Showdown would get you the Shattered Prize pieces. I don't think this is rocket science, to be completely honest with y'all. I just think there's simple things they can do to improve the mode that they continue to not do, and I don't really... It just frustrates me, because it's not that hard, I don't think. And the mode is not in the worst place it's ever been, but it needs a gameplay patch, and the content needs to be better. It does. I mean, it's a 4 out of 10. That's the honest truth. Right now, to me, 2K25 MyTEAM is a 4 out of 10. I think that's a pretty fair rating for it. Like, it's a 4 or 5 out of 10. And it was about a 3 out of 10, maybe even a 2 out of 10 the first couple weeks because the content was so bad. And you know what? I want it to be a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? And will that happen? I mean, I'd love it to be a 10 out of 10. That's never going to happen. But I would like things to improve. And as of right now, they're not really. And I'm hoping that they will. That's the main point behind this video. And I appreciate the people out there at MyTEAM who have been working hard and are involved with the company and are doing good things, because there are a lot of those people out there. But it is a little bit exasperating to see the way the mode has been going the last this entire season. It just hasn't been good enough. And I think there's room for improvement, and I think this improvement is actually possible. I will say that. I'm not one of those people who thinks my team is completely ruined forever. It'll never get better. And, like, yeah, it will never probably be the glory days of my team anymore. But the devs actually seem at least a bit interested in trying to hopefully try to improve our experience a little bit. So it's gotten a little better as the season has ended, and I know they're a business, but my hope is that things will continue to get better, basically. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.